Time now for Extra Points, where we talk to sports director Frank Cusimano about some of the hot sports topics of the day. Sitting in for Frank once again is Corey Miller. I walked into the sports office today, and we were watching the Cardinal game, and the Cardinals had a lead, and Dustin May was pitching a no-hitter through 7 innings. And I said, well, how many runs do the Cardinals have? And you said 1. I said, uh-oh, and it was uh-oh.
You were right, Mike. There you go. You're welcome. I would blame it on you, but the Cardinals flashed the graphic that he had a no-hitter almost the same exact time, so we'll blame it on that instead. Just brutal. They go to Milwaukee, they get swept, they score 2 runs in 3 games, and then today's just ends like that where you're thinking it might be something special, and then they don't even win the game. So rough road trip between the rainouts in Cincinnati and, of course, this sweep, and now they come home for the biggest series of the season so far.
What do we know about what's happening with this team? I mean, Milwaukee has good pitching, but there's no offense. I mean, they really just have not been hitting lately. It was just a little while ago they had been shut out just once this year, and now it seems like they're shut out or scoring 1 run every other day.
I'm still in the camp of I'll give it to them for right now because they faced 2 at least really good starters for Milwaukee. It's just 1 series. You hope they bounce back against the Cubs. But like we were just saying, if this series this weekend goes south, then you start to think, here it comes. Here's the Cardinals team we thought we were going to see. So I think they know that. Obviously, they say they're working on it, like every team is going to say they are. But they know they can't let this get away from them.
At least they had good pitching today, and now they face a Cubs team that is really strong.
Yeah. Everybody's hyped for this series, and I still am. But it's a Cubs team on a 10-game losing streak and a Cardinals team that has lost 6 of their last 8. So it's not quite as interesting maybe for a national audience coming in. However, the Cubs have lost 10 in a row. They're in last place in the NL Central, and they still have a winning record. That just goes to show.
Because they've had 10-game winning streaks.
They've got 2 of them, I believe. So, you know, that's how baseball is. And we get caught up in the day-to-day and, oh, my God, everything that happened this day is the most important thing.
It's always a marathon, not a sprint.
That's true.
What is going wrong for the Cubs?
I don't know. I haven't locked in on the Cubs too much, but they've got a lot of talent. I know they've had some guys injured, I believe. Some big names in the rotation have gone down at the start of the year, which I know a lot of their fans were kind of worried about. They've weathered that storm. Wouldn't it be great if both these teams all summer long were going at it, though?
Yeah.
We haven't had that in a very long time.
No, that would be a lot of fun.
I think that'd be great for baseball.
All right, quick word on the NHL playoffs in Vegas back in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's just not fair.
It's ridiculous. Now, you could point all the way back to when the Blues ended the league, and somebody from that division had to make the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, but that was different.
That was a long time ago, and the Blues kept making Stanley Cup Finals. It's a different age, but the Vegas Golden Knights have made it 3 out of their 9 years of existence. It just doesn't seem fair.
The difference was back then they put all the expansion teams in one division, so one of those expansion teams had to go to the finals.
The Golden Knights have it down. They go all in every year, fitting for a Vegas organization, I guess, and they know how to do it. They beat Colorado.
All right, that's Corey Miller, and that's Extra Points.